Hi and welcome to this video. Today we're gonna pick my July TBR. Let me put these down. I wrapped a bunch of books. You can't even see them all. Hi and welcome to this video. I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna let a random wheel pick my TBR for the month of July. I cannot believe it's already July. That's already halfway through the year, but I am very excited to pick my TBR. So today we're gonna let a random wheel pick it again. I love doing these videos. They're so much fun. For this video, I've picked 13 books. These books are a combination of books that I've recently hauled, so I don't think you've seen those yet. I think they'll be in next week's video. So if I get those books, there'll be a little bit of a spoiler. But there's also books from my 10 books for 2026 list. And yeah, just books I'm really excited to read. So I cannot wait to pick my July TBR. Or actually, I'm not gonna pick it. The random wheel is gonna pick it. So I cannot wait to see what it has in store for me. I'm very excited to pick my July TBR, but I'm also a little bit scared because there are some very big books on here, specifically number 13 and number 4 are very big and heavy. So I hope we don't get both of those. I'm hoping for a little bit of a mix between some smaller books and some big ones, but it's not up to me. We'll have to see what the wheel has in store for us this month. So let's get on with it. Before we start spinning the wheel though, I already know of 2 books that I'll be finishing in July, so I didn't need to wrap them. The first one is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So this book is the sequel to Six of Crows. It follows the same characters, maybe some new ones even. I'm really excited to continue this. I loved Six of Crows. I gave it 5 stars. I think my last video was the reading vlog for Six of Crows, so if you're interested in that, if you want to see my reactions, I have a full reading vlog on Six of Crows. People have messaged me that they wanted to see a reading vlog for Crooked Kingdom as well, so I'm probably gonna make one. I'm very excited to read it, but I have been warned so many times that I'm gonna cry and that I'm gonna just completely be devastated by this book. So I'm a little bit scared, but I'm also really excited to read this book. So this one is definitely going to be on my July TBR. I didn't need to wrap it. So the first book on my TBR for July is going to be Crooked Kingdom. Then I'm also in the middle of a book that I'm probably going to finish in July. It's Near to the Wild Heart by Clarice Lispector. I'm finally reading this one. This was on my 10 books for 2026. So I'm really happy that I'm finally getting to it. I'm probably going to be finishing this book in July. That's why this is going to be the second book for my July TBR, and I didn't need to wrap it either. I'm probably going to talk about this book in a different video, so I'm not going to say too much, but I am annotating this one because I am loving it so much up until now. So this is the second book on my July TBR, and now let's pick the rest. Okay, I have the random number wheel. I have numbers 1 through 13. I'm going to shuffle it a couple of times. I don't know, to make it more random. I am a little bit scared of books number 13 and number 4 because both of those are really big books and I'm just scared to get them both on my TBR. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. So hopefully we get a good mix. Spin for book. Okay, do you want to spin? It needs some warming up, guys. Let's spin for book number 1 and see what it is. Okay, the first one that we got is book number 12. Now the challenge is gonna be, oh no, it's up here. Let me grab it. Don't hit it. Number 12. It's definitely a paperback. Can I see through it? No, I can't. Okay, I don't know what this is. Let's just unwrap it. See what it is. I got the Miffy wrapping paper again, of course. Gotta represent Miffy. The first book that we got is Ace of Spades by Abike Iyemide. I am very sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it. I probably should have looked this up. I'm really excited to read this book. I picked this one up on vacation, so this is kind of a spoiler. You'll see this one in a upcoming vlog. I've been really excited to read this book for a couple of years now. I don't know, when did it come out? 2021. Okay, yeah, this has been on my to read list for a long time. I saw the author at a author signing event and she was really nice, really cool. She had a really great story to tell about this book, so I was really excited to read it ever since, but I just haven't picked it up yet. I finally got it on vacation. It was only €1 at a secondhand book market, so I knew I wanted to get it. I've already started reading this book on vacation, and I really like the writing style so far. I'm gonna start over when I actually read this book in July. So this one is about a private academy where money paves the hallways and the students are never less than perfect. Until now, because anonymous texter Aces is bringing 2 students' dark secrets to light. We have talented musician Devon, who buries himself in rehearsals, but he can't escape the spotlight when his private photos go public. And we have head girl Chiamaka, who isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the price she has paid for power. The trigger warnings are in the beginning. Please search them before you want to read this book, because also at the author event, the author talks about the heavy topics that are discussed in this book, so please check those out if you want to read this book for yourself. But I am very intrigued. It kind of sounds like, you know, Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars. There is someone texting anonymously and they're trying to bring these people down. So it sounds dramatic, it sounds fun, kind of like a high school drama, but with more serious topics, I think. So it sounds really fun to me. I really like this cover as well. It has very pretty colors. I've also heard great things. Other people seem to really like it. So I'm very excited that this is going to be my first book, or my third book actually, but my first book that the wheel picked for my July TBR. So this one is book number 3. Let's remove option 12 and spin again for my second book picked by the random wheel. Okay, let's spin for book number 2, picked by the random wheel. We got option 8. Option 8, where is it? Oh, it's the second one, okay. We're picking all the Miffy ones from the top. Book number 8. Again, I cannot see what it is. No, I can't. So I'm gonna have to guess. It feels like another paperback. It's quite small, isn't it? It's not that big. Way better than getting 13 or 4. I'm hoping it's kind of a summary book. I know I've put some summer reads in here, but also some all-time classics. So this could go either way. Is it? No, it's upside down. We got Beach Read by Emily Henry. Now, this is a summary book, I believe. At least that's what the cover suggests. I'm really happy that we got this. I was kind of hoping that we get this because I think there's no better time to read this than in the summer. I found this book in a Free Little Library, I think in my last Free Little Library video. I'm very excited to give Emily Henry another chance. So far, I've read 2 books by Emily Henry, I believe. I read People We Meet on Vacation, which I didn't really like. And then I read Great Big Beautiful Life, which I did really like. So it's kind of been hit or miss for me with Emily Henry. I really don't know what to expect, if I'm gonna like it or not, but I know that many people love her books, so that's great. This one is about January and Gus. January is a hopeless romantic who narrates her life like she's the lead in a blockbuster movie. Gus is a serious literary type who thinks true love is a fairy tale. But January and Gus have more in common than you'd think. They're both broke. Well, ain't that the truth? Okay. They have crippling writer's block and they need to write bestsellers before the summer ends. The result? A bet to swap genres and see who gets published first. Okay. The risk? In telling each other stories, their worlds might be changed entirely. This actually sounds quite similar to People Meet on Vacation, because it says 2 writers, 1 holiday, a rom-com waiting to happen. And People We Meet on Vacation is a rom-com on vacation. But it also sounds similar to Great Big Beautiful Life, because that one is about 2 writers who are competing for their story to get published. So it kind of sounds like a mix of the 2 books that I've read. I don't know if all Emily Henry books are like this or if I'm just reading it in a very good sequence. But I'm excited. It does sound like it's going to be more like People We Meet on Vacation, which I didn't really like. So I don't know what I'm gonna think about this, but I'm excited to try it. I'm really happy that I picked this one for July, so now I'm gonna need to find a day to go to the beach and read this. This is gonna be the 4th book on my July TBR and the 2nd book that the wheel picked. So far, the wheel has picked good books, so I'm very hopeful for this TBR. Let's remove number 8 and spin it again. We got number 4. No, is that the... Oh my god, I jinxed myself so bad, you guys. I was just telling how great of a TBR this was gonna be, and then it picked number 4. Oh, it's so heavy. They're almost sorted by wrapping paper now. Here we have number 4. And it's a really big one. It's a heavy one, and I think I know what it is. I'm so scared, you guys. This book, I'll give you a hint. This book was on my 10 books to read in 2026. It's a big one. It's a door stopper, and I am scared of it. So let's unwrap it. I'll show you what it is. Is this going to be the month? Is this going to be the month that I read War and Peace? I guess the wheel has decided that it is. This is, of course, the biggest book on my TBR. This is the book of all books. The doorstopper of all doorstoppers. This is War and Peace. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to finish this in July, I think. I think it's going to take me at least 2 months. But I need to start it in July. I'm honestly speechless. I'm having doubts about this, but of course, I have to try it now. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So this is War and Peace. Let's be casual about it. If you've never heard about this book, this is the epic masterpiece that is War and Peace. And it has over 1,300 pages. So yeah, it's a big one. Tolstoy's epic masterpiece intertwines the lives of private and public individuals during the time of the Napoleonic Wars and the French invasion of Russia. That might not sound that interesting to you, but Tolstoy really has a way to write characters and make you care about them. He really has a way to invite you into their lives and show you what they're thinking, and he does so in a very interesting and fun way. I read Anna Karenina and it was my favorite book of last year, so I'm very excited to read War and Peace as well. I have heard that this is a little bit more dry than Anna Karenina. I cannot wait to read Tolstoy's writing again. His characters are just unlike anything I've read before. The prodigious cast of characters, both great and small, seem to act and move as if connected by threads of destiny, as the novel relentlessly questions ideas of free will, fate, and providence. Reading this just makes me so excited to get back into Tolstoy's writing again. Tolstoy is known for including so many characters that you cannot keep track of them. So you really need the list of characters at the end. It has a part on principal characters and guide to pronunciation. That makes me very scared, but I really like it when the book gives some more backstory to character names or just concepts that we are not familiar with, because of course Tolstoy wrote this in Russian, he lived in Russia, so there are some traditions, some food, some currency, some cultural things that I am not familiar with, so I'm really glad when the book points that out. Same with my version for Crime and Punishment from Dostoevsky. There were a lot of things that were like commentaries or references to Russian culture, which I would not have understood if it hadn't been pointed out in the book. So I'm really happy with that. Oh, there's even a map. And the book starts off in French. Of course, the book starts off in French. That's great. Okay, I am really scared, but I'm also really excited to read War and Peace, finally. This book has been on my shelves for years, but I first wanted to read Anna Karenina, and I did last year, so it's time for War and Peace. I'm thinking of making a reading vlog for War and Peace, so let me know if you'd be interested in that. Also, let me know if you would like to see a reading vlog on any of the books that I mentioned in this video, because I would love to make them. But yeah, that is book number 3. Okay, let's remove number 4 and spin again. for the fourth book that the random wheel picks for my July TBR. I'm hoping that I don't get number 13. Number 11. Okay, that's dangerously close to number 13. But it is not number 13. So let's see. Oh, it actually... Okay. It looks like I planned this out. I really did not. This is completely random. But the colors are now completely separated. That's funny. The books are now exactly split by color. You cannot make this up. I, of course, did not know this was going to happen. This is completely random, so it's fun when it works out this way. Here we got book number 11. It is again a paperback, it feels like. I honestly don't know what it is. I already got Beach Read and Ace of Spades. What other paperbacks did I put in here? This be The Idiots, maybe? That would be fun. Let's just unwrap it and see what it is. Okay, so it is The Idiot by Elif Batuman. I'm really sorry you guys for butchering these names, but it is The Idiot and I'm really excited to read this. I've seen this book all over Bookstagram the past year, 2 years maybe? When did this come out? 2017 already. Oh, I thought it was a way more recent book, but apparently not. But I've seen this book all over my Bookstagram. I've been mostly seeing the edition with the pink cover on my Bookstagram. So when I saw this edition in the secondhand bookstore, I was kind of surprised. But it is in English and I really liked it. I think I might prefer this edition actually because it's so colorful. This is The Idiots. Maybe this is the perfect book to get after War and Peace because I am an idiot for putting that on my TBR. So this is kind of a coming of age story about figuring out adulthood, and I think it would be perfect to read for me. It sounds very fun, entertaining, and I've heard nothing but great reviews. This book is 400 pages, so I'm not sure with everything else on my TBR how far I will get into this book, but I am really excited to read it. On the cover it says masterfully fun, an addictive, sprawling epic. So that sounds very promising. I'm actually really excited to get into this author. I know that she has another book called, I think, Either Or, I want to say, which sounds very interesting as well. So I'm happy to be reading my first book from her, and hopefully I will like it and I can get into her other books as well. But this is the 5th book that the random wheel picked out. We've had a very good selection up until now. I'm actually really excited about my TBR. I think this is one of the best TBRs that I've ever made. So now we have 5 books that the TBR wheel picked and 7 books total for my July TBR, including War and Peace, which actually counts as like 2-3 books of normal size. So shall we call it quits here, or shall I spin one more time for the final book? I'm having too much fun. I want to spin one more time. Also so I can get a little bit of variety in my TBR. I can maybe choose which books I want to read. Okay, let's spin one final time for the final book of my July TBR. Let's see what the TBR wheel will bring us. Number 1. Okay, number 1. Let's see. I am very happy that it's not number 13 or number 9 because those are quite big. Here we have number 1, final book on my July TBR. It's again a paperback. What a surprise. We've had nothing but paperbacks so far, but I know I wrapped some hardcover, so we've just been getting the paperbacks. It's quite small. I'm trying to remember what I wrapped. I think it could either be Summer Will Show or The Great Gatsby maybe. I think both of those were in, what are they called? Modern classic editions, the penguin, the blue ones. But I think both of those are in those editions, so I think this is gonna be one of those. It is The Great Gatsby, and it is in the modern classic edition. So this is The Great Gatsby, which is going to be the last and final book on my July TBR. It's described as the supreme American novel, and we have July 4th coming up, of course, so This feels kind of fitting for July. I don't know, The Great Gatsby really feels to me like a summery book. I don't know in which season it is set, but it really feels like, you know, those long, hot, summery nights that never seem to end. That's what The Great Gatsby feels like to me. I've never seen the movie either. I've never read this edition. I think I've read it in high school. I think I read The Great Gatsby in high school, but I don't really remember. And I haven't read this edition. Even though it's a classic, I'm very happy to have this smaller book on my TBR because we have some big books on there. So I'm excited. I know what the story is about, of course, but I'm still excited to read this book. How many times can I say excited? I don't know. This is the last book of my, dare I say, fantastic July TBR. I definitely think this is one of the best TBRs I've ever had. So thank you, Random Wheel. I'm gonna show them to you. Let me put these away. So the first book on my July TBR is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. The second book is Near to the Wild Heart by Clarice Lispector. The third book is Ace of Spades. The fourth book is Beach Read by Emily Henry. The fifth book is the one and only War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. The sixth book is The Idiot. The seventh book is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So that concludes my July TBR. I really enjoyed using the random wheel again and getting to unwrap these books. It always feels like a present. I think we have a very fun selection here. I think it's going to be a very interesting reading month. But I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please let me know what books you are planning on reading in July. And if you want to see any videos with these books. But for now, I hope you have a great month and I will see you in the next video.